Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I hope you're having an amazing day. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a full face of e.l.f. cosmetics. So I have a ton of goodies in front of my face here that I'm going to use with you guys. You guys know e.l.f. Cosmetics is vegan and cruelty-free. Their products are super affordable, trendy, cutesy, innovative, different, and they really do work like a charm. This video is sponsored by e.l.f. Cosmetics, so a massive thank you to them. I've worked with them twice in the past. This is my third time, so I'm really excited about this one. So I was thinking I can go two routes with this one. I can do more of like a Halloween look because we're in the midst of that, or I can just share with you guys a nice, cute, affordable fall look that could be worn on a day-to-day basis if you're going out to like summer special, all of that. And so I was thinking, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do more of like that fall look because so many of you guys asked me to do such a look, so I figured it would be perfect to do it in today's video. I'll have all of the items that I'm going to be using linked down below in the description box if you guys want to pick up anything for yourselves. e.l.f. is sold on Target, e.l.f. Cosmetics' website, Ulta, and a bunch of other retailers. Okay, so I already filled in my brows. I use the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, which looks just like this. So there's a spoolie on one side and the brow product on the other side. Really nice. I've used this quite a few times. It's pretty pigmented, but it's really easy to maneuver. And then on top of that, I just use the Wow Brow by e.l.f. and this one right here is in neutral brown, a really nice tinted brow product that sets the brows in beautifully. I'm gonna take off these earrings because they keep dangling in my ear. Firstly, I'm gonna go on with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This right here is amazing. I love it. This is just the original formula. They have a luminous formula and a matte formula as well. I find that this really just creates a nice space for the face. It helps with like pores, makeup longevity, all of that. It blends out really easily. I like to mainly focus it on my on the areas where I have pretty large pores, so it's usually like on my chin, mainly my cheeks, and on my forehead. This feels really nice on the skin. In addition to the Poreless Putty Primer, I really love the Luminous Putty Primer as well. After that, I'm going to go on with the Primer Glow Oil. This is from the Retro Paradise collection. You guys can see I don't have to say anything. I absolutely love this. It's been my go-to face oil since I received it in the summertime. It's amazing for just hydrating the skin. You don't have to use both of these products if you don't want to, but I'm just, I guess, used to it, and I just love using an oil generally on my face. I feel like it just makes my makeup just look and feel much more yummier, especially since I have dry skin. While that kind of sits in, I'm gonna put on the Ride or Die e.l.f. lip balm. This right here is in Grapefruit Goals. I have this one right here in Tough Cookie, which I would kind of describe myself as a tough cookie. These are amazing. I have, I think, 3 or 4 other ones, and I love it. I love to mainly use these before bed, but yum. I haven't tried the grapefruit one yet. Delish. But if you do use a little amount, it is nice for like the daytime. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's basically nice for the day and especially for the night. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I really like this so far. This right here is in the shade Shell. It's a fair to light with golden undertones. I think it works out well for me. I'm going to be using this sponge right here that I actually received in the e.l.f. Advent Calendar. I can't find my other sponge. Kind of sad about it because it was a really good one. This foundation applies pretty nicely. I would say it has medium-ish coverage. It's pretty buildable. And on its own, it's really good, but I feel like paired especially with the Poreless Putty Primer and the oil, it's like even more perfection. Yeah, and I just really like it for being such an affordable foundation. I think it works like a charm. Next, I'm going to go on with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. This right here is in the shade Light Sand. I also have the Hydrating Camel Concealer, which I really do love as well, especially really nice for doing a cut crease. But I think that I'm going to use the Flawless Concealer. I like how it looks. Like, I like how both of them look like under the eye, but I think I like this one a little bit more. It just has that nice, I don't know, more thinner feel, I would say. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with this. This is in Fair to Light. It's just one of their like powders. It's really nice for kind of diminishing the appearance of pores. I usually do like to set in my face, just so I feel like it kind of lasts longer. I'm pretty much gonna put it everywhere. Next, we're gonna move on to bronzer. This right here is in Forever Sunkissed. This is one of my favorites from e.l.f. for sure. I can't believe I didn't have it in my life sooner. So I'm basically just taking this bronzer and putting it on my cheeks, like going from my ear towards, I would say, my mouth, going back and forth so the color builds up, and then of course putting it on my forehead. I like to put it on my nose just so everything kind of ties in too, and then sometimes just take the excess product that's on the brush onto my neck. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. Ironically, I really like this, especially for baking. I think it would look so nice because it gives you that, like, I don't know if the word is luminous effect, but it just looks very healthy on the skin. It's quite different than any other loose powder I've tried. And I have to give kudos to e.l.f. because I was so worried that this is gonna look super awkward on, because you know how like the luminous setting is like, no, I'm good, I'll just use the regular one. But this right here is like the perfect medium between both, and they really perfected it with this, so A+. So I'm pretty much just gonna bake with this. I love baking because I feel like it makes my contour lines just much more defined. I'm gonna set under my eyes as well and have that just situate there for a little. Okay. For blush, I actually have a few. So you guys know I absolutely love their primer infused blushes. They're fantastic, super comparable to a lot of high-end blushes. This right here is an Always Punchy. Love this one. I've been using it a ton. But I also have this one right here in Always Rosy, and you guys can see it's a beautiful deep rosy shade, perfect for the winter months. And then this right here is an Always Cheeky. It's a nice neutral color, great for a day-to-day basis. Let's use Always Rosy. Just gonna take it on a nice fluffy brush. It picks up really nicely, and I'm just gonna put it like right over here, so in between this situation and that. I really love to go heavy-handed with blush. It might be too much for some, but I just feel like it adds this really cute rosiness to the cheeks. And I also like to put it up here, so it also kind of just like works into the face, not just like boom, you know? Beautiful, I love it. For the eyes, I'm going to be using a few of their little bite-sized palettes. These are fantastic. Also with these, I think that they have 8 in the line. I have all of them. They're just amazing for a day-to-day look or for special occasions. I usually use each one individually. Keep putting it down, keep putting it up. But I usually use each one individually. However, there are times where I'll kind of mix and match all of them, and solid. Especially considering the fact that they're only $3 each. Oh. Firstly, I'm going to go in with this little guy. This is in Cream and Sugar. I'm going to use this setting shade first. So with that, the train is passing. I'm just going to like lightly dust this all over the lids just to create a nice space. I don't like when my lids are tacky because then when I put shadow on top, it's like really awkward. So just dust this babe on. After that, I'm going to go in with the Pumpkin Pie palette and use this really nice matte brownie shade for the first transition. With this shade, I'm just putting it in my crease, kind of in that messy form. Not being too precise with it, going pretty close to the brows, but not all the way up there. I'm gonna go back into the first little one we used. I'm gonna use this deeper brown shade. I absolutely love this detailed crease brush from e.l.f. Seriously, one of the best purchases of my life. I have like 3 of these, so good. With this deeper shade, as you guys can see, I'm working it into the outer part of the eye and kind of sweeping it inwards. I also want to put it up in the crease, but not way too up there, just like we did with the other shade, because I kind of want to keep this, like, basically I want to keep it a little bit lower so we have more of like a gradient effect. Okay, so I built up the shades to the intensity that I want. They build up amazingly. Next, I'm going to go in with the Pumpkin Pie palette and use this really beautiful pumpkin-y metallic shade on the lids. With this shade, I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and apply it on the inner third of the eye, kind of connecting this shade to the brown that we put on the outer part of the eye. I really love doing this technique. It's usually the way I do like my shadows 99.9% of the time. Next, we're just going to add a little bit of a twist to this look. I'm going to go in with the Hot Jalapeno palette from e.l.f. and use this really deep, I would say army green color. Pretty much just going to buff it out on the lower lash line. Pretty much just build up the color first, then I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush because as you guys can see, it is a bit intense and like, whoa. I love when the lower lash line is very intense, but of course I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush to just blend so it looks a tad bit more seamless. I'm going to just wipe off this bakage. I think it's been on for quite some time. How I like to do it is just kind of like work in circular motions so it does get into like the skin and it still gives me that, like, you know, sharp line, but also that smooth line as well where it's not like too much. Wipe this off as well. Usually now is where I like to go in with like some form of mist, because once I have my lashes and mascara and everything on, I just don't want it to kind of get messy. My ultimate favorite mist from e.l.f. is the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. I have, let me not lie here, I have this much left. It's absolutely amazing. It really gives your face that gorgeous dewy effect. Love. It needs to always be in my life. But I also have this other setting mist here that's new to me. It's the Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. So also the Dew vibe. I think I might end up using this one for now just to see how comparable it is to this one, if it's as different or what. I love the packaging. Bougie! Very smooth mist. Definitely much smoother mist than this one, but I love the product in here, so I feel like it's worth it. You know what I mean? Next, I'm gonna go on with the e.l.f. Volumizing and Defining Mascara. Not my favorite from their line, but it's actually the only mascara that I own from them. As of now, I want to pick up a few other ones to see like what the vibe is like, but I'm just gonna curl my lashes with this. I mean, it's nice, but I just feel like it's not my ultimate favorite, you know? While my lashes are drying, I'm gonna go on with highlighter. This right here is the Cantaloupe Duo. I'm gonna go on with this highlighter. I think it's the lightest one in their line. So I do like the highlighters in these duos. They're not my ultimate favorite, but they actually do look pretty good on the skin. You do have to kind of buff it out into the skin so it doesn't look like it's showing texture. Do you know what I mean? Now I remember why I don't like the mascara. Like, it looks good on the eyes, but it's very sticky, so your top and lower lashes kind of stick together. Very annoying. Okay, in regards to e.l.f.'s lashes, I have to tell you guys, they definitely kick it out of the park with their lashes. When I saw that they had a massive selection on their site, I was like, no way, I'm about this life. So I've tried 1 or 2 pairs already, and they're really nice. I wore them quite a few times each. So they are reusable, they're easy to apply, they feel very high-end, and honestly, I would totally recommend. As for lips, I'm going to go in with the Sheer Slick lipstick. I own this in a different shade, and I love the formula so much that I wanted to pick up another one. This right here is in Golden Pear. How gorgeous. So these just have a really nice high shine to them. They're really comfortable. They feel like a balm, but again, they have amazing pigmentation. I would say the lasting power is pretty good. Easy to apply throughout the day if needed though, and I'm just seriously, I'm blown away. I need to have all the shades in the line, so I'm on it. Okay, so that is pretty much it. That completes the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had so much fun with this one. Thank you so much to e.l.f. Cosmetics for sponsoring this video. I think this is like the most perfect fall look ever. That's not too typical, but also is wearable at the same time. I would totally wear it outside. But yeah, I really love it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you guys want to see more full faces of e.l.f. in the future. And yes, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.